When I was 7, I was convinced fairies were real. My friends were busy debating whether Santa actually climbed down the chimney or just used the front door, but I felt so smart for knowing Santa wasn't real. When Zakir Hussain was 7, he was busy giving concerts, while the rest of us were trying to convince our parents to let us stay up past bedtime. He was busy captivating audiences and collaborating with musical geniuses on a world stage at 10. Namaste, I'm Pratyaksha Awasthi, and it is an honor to speak to you today about a musical maestro whose contributions to music have transcended borders and genres. I'm of course referring to none other than Ustad Zakir Hussain ji, a name synonymous with the tabla and Indian classical music. Ustad Zakir Hussain ji's contributions to music have been recognized with numerous awards and accolades. He has received the Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan, signifying his significant impact on Indian culture, and last year he also received the Padma Vibhushan. He has received the Sangeet Natak Academy Award and holds a National Heritage Fellowship, cementing his status as a cultural icon. While I could go on for days talking about all of his accolades and musical achievements and discussing his life, I would rather like to focus on the impact he and his music have had on the world. Throughout his career, Ustadji has achieved what few musicians ever do. He has seamlessly blended the traditional with the contemporary. He has collaborated with various artists across various genres, including jazz, classical, and world music. His ability to adapt and innovate have made him an icon and an ambassador for Indian music worldwide. One of his more notable collaborations was with John McLaughlin for the band Shakti, which was a fusion between Indian classical music and jazz music. This pioneering work not only brought Indian rhythms to a broader audience, but also demonstrated the unifying quality of music. And what better way to use your musical prowess than to bring people from all walks of life together? Truly, his music is a symbol of unity. But let's talk about something we're more familiar with, the Grammys. For many, the Grammys are the epitome of international musical achievement, and most of us probably tune into the award show every single year. But I'd like to focus on a specific Grammy he won, because this Grammy wasn't just a personal achievement, but a milestone for Indian classical music at the world stage. In 2009, he won the Grammy for Best Contemporary World Music Album for the Global Drum Project, a collaborative project led by Mickey Hart, the drummer for the Grateful Dead. This album was groundbreaking in many ways. It brought together percussionists from around the world to create a rhythmic tapestry that transcended boundaries. But why am I focusing on this Grammy win specifically? First and foremost, it highlighted the richness and diversity of world music. In an era dominated by pop and rock, global drum projects showcased the power of percussions and traditional instruments. Ustadji's performances were a revelation for many listeners who had never been exposed to the intricacies of Indian classical music before. This album's success also opened the doors for other world musicians to gain recognition on an international platform. While the Grammy win is already an amazing achievement, he went on to win 4 more. Just last year, he won the Grammys for Best Contemporary Global Music Performance, Best Contemporary Instrumental Album, and was nominated for Best Instrumental Composition. Truly commendable to achieve all of that in 1 year. But Ustadji's influence extends beyond his Grammy wins, paving the way for future generations. His work with Remember Shakti, a continuation of the original band, continues to highlight how innovation and tradition can coexist and even thrive together. We have been broadening our perspectives to include people from all around the world, but we mustn't slow down. The true wealth of humanity lies in diversity of faith, way of life, tradition, nationality, and above all, inclusivity of all of these and mutual acceptance and agreement of them. Before I end, I would like to share a small anecdote Zakir shared in an interview I found online about how when he was born, his father was supposed to whisper a small prayer in his ears, but instead whispered rhythms, because he considered those his prayers and himself a disciple of Goddess Saraswati and Shri Ganesh. Well, sir, I too would like to end with a small prayer in hope for a more harmonious future where we all work towards embracing the diversity present in your music. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Dhanyavad.
That was just beautiful and so eloquently said. And I think one thing that really stood out to me is we see so much conflict